Do you have questions concerning planning a Disney trip? Ask them live on the show or submit them on our website at patmdisneytravel.wixsite.com/planning.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Matt with the DPI podcast, and we've got a good show for you this week. Had some news drop about the evolution of Genie Plus. Let's put it that way. We'll be nice about it for now. But yeah, stick with us. Don't know if Peter with Princesses and the Mouse is going to join us tonight. If he does, top three, something else. If not, just news tonight, and then we'll kind of go from there. So see you guys back here in about a minute. Hi, I'm Matt. Welcome to Disney Planning Insights. Through creative content and live shows, we explain the hidden details of the Disney experience so that our clients can execute memorable adventures. Together with Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel, we have helped hundreds of clients plan, book, and prepare for magical Disney vacations. Let our experience help you avoid common planning mistakes and maximize the enjoyment on your next Disney trip. Hey, what's going on? It's Tuesday. It's DPI Tuesday. We're live. I'm Matt. This is the DPI podcast. Lots going on this week. A lot more than we figured was going to go on this week. So we did have halfway to the holidays start this week. And, you know, it's the same old with Disney when it comes to announcements and that kind of stuff. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Little revamp to Genie Plus with a name change, and it's going to happen relatively quick. So, you know, definitely want to hear this news because the change will honestly affect anybody that's traveling in the next 3 weeks. You'll need to know what's going on with that. So, definitely want to stick around for that. And then we've got some tickets that are getting ready to go on sale for Oogie Boogie Bash and that kind of stuff. So, we'll get you all caught up with the news. And everything like that. So I see that over there, but nothing going on. So I'm gonna guess no Peter with Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel again this week. We'll see if we can catch up with him maybe next week. He hasn't been on the show in about a month now, so definitely want to get caught up with him on some of the things that are going on as far as new discounts at the park, how vacancy is looking at, you know, the hotels and that kind of stuff. So definitely want to get caught up with him as soon as we can. So I'll reach out to him and see if we can't get him on the show next week. But yeah, with that being said, let's get into the news. And I think the big news we'll go ahead and start off with this week. All right, it is news time, and the big news is Genie Plus is going away. Kind of. Not really. But they're going to improve it a little bit, and it's probably going to cost more. They haven't said anything about that yet either. So, Genie Plus is going to get revamped, and it's going to happen at the end of next month. So definitely want to make sure that you are up to date on what's going on with this. So starting July 24th, you'll be able to book Lightning Lanes before you arrive at Walt Disney World. Genie Plus will become Lightning Lane Multipass. And then your individual Lightning Lanes are going to be Lightning Lane Single Pass. Okay? So, just a different name for the same old stuff. Okay? So what's going to happen with this multi-pass? Okay, it's kind of the same concept, except you get to pre-book a little bit. So with Genie Plus, you had to go on at 7 a.m. and pick your first selection, and then you couldn't take a second selection until you were in the park for 90 minutes, or you'd already gotten on your first selection. It was kind of a pain in the ass. This lets you pre-book 3 attractions at one park. So even if you're park hopping, all 3 of your choices have to be at the same park. And then if you're park hopping, your next choice will activate when you scan into your first choice. Now, what's nice about this is if you are a Disney resort guest, a Disney World resort guest, you will get to book 7 days in advance. If you are not a resort guest, you will get to book 3 days in advance. So you still get to book in advance, just not as early as Disney guests. And then they're going to be tiered again. And if we remember the FastPass system, we remember these tiers. Except these tiers are weird this time. Some of your normal suspects are in your high tiers, and then some of them, like Rock and Roller Coaster, it ends up in the high tier, and Peter Pan ends up in the high tier, and that kind of stuff. So it's just kind of goofy with what's gonna happen with the tiers. And let me bring up the tiers here real quick. And this is a terrible screen, but Magic Kingdom, your top tier one. So you can only pick one from the top tier, and then everything else comes from the lower tier. Top tier: Big Thunder Mountain, Jungle Cruise, Peter Pan's Flight, Space Mountain, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Big Thunder Mountain's not going to matter. It's not going to be open July 24th. And it's going to be down for a year. So you can take that one off. So you only have 4 to choose from in the top tier. And then Jungle Cruise is in there. Okay, that doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense. So what I feel like they did is they looked at what averages the highest weight and carries the highest wait time throughout the day, and threw those in the top tier. Epcot, Frozen Ever After, Remy's, Soarin', and then you're going to have Guardians as your individual or your single pass. Single pass. It's going to be another name change. Yay, Disney. Hollywood Studios, Mickey and Minnie's, Millennium Falcon, Rock and Roller Coaster, Slinky Dog Dash, and then your single pass will be Rise of the Resistance. Now, one thing interesting here is Slinky Dog's top tier, but Midway Mania is not. So you could potentially book all 3 Toy Story Lightning Lanes together, and that would be a great strategy to use. Just try and book those right together as close as you can get them, and then ride all 3 of them at once, spend your time in Toy Story Land, and then get the hell out of there. Because once you do everything in there, there's no reason to be in there. It's hot, it's crowded, just get out. And then Animal Kingdom doesn't have a top tier, because the only really good ride there that commands a constant wait is Flight of Passage. That's your single pass. So everything else is going to be on the same tier, which is basically the second tier. And you're going to lose Dinosaur probably in the fall. So good luck with that. So yeah, so no more Genie Plus, just a different form of Genie Plus, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it just, again, it just is, it's greedy, and they haven't announced any pricing on it yet, so I imagine because you're going to be able to book this in advance, you're going to see probably a $2 to $3 increase per person per day, just because you're going to be able to use it in advance. So normally you've been seeing them run, Genie Plus run for a single park, let's say $15 to $20 depending on the park. I bet you your low end's going to be about $18 now, and then when it peaks, I bet you it's going to be around $30 for your peak times. And that's going to suck. I mean, that's going to be terrible. It's $30 per person per day. And, you know, a family of 4, that's $120 for a single park. That's going to be terrible. Well, I'm all worked up. Let's welcome a couple of new subscribers. Kelly Snyder, thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Awesome to have you. let us know if we can help you with anything, if you have any questions or want us to cover anything while we're on the show. Also, M. Waddleton, thank you for subscribing as well. Definitely appreciate all the support that we get on the channel. We've actually had a kind of a big uptick, about 10 new subscribers here in the last couple of weeks. We've released the new view for Happily Ever After. We released a full show of Luminous over at Epcot. So if you haven't seen those yet, definitely go over to the YouTube channel and check those out. Really starting to match the quality of some of your higher end videographers out at the park. So I'm really excited to for people to see those two shows. Trying to work through some things with Dreams That Soar. It got copyrighted, but I've seen other people with it up, so I don't know if you can fight the copyright or what you have to do on it. So we'll see. It's not a huge deal. I love the shot that we have of it. It's in a great spot. I don't want to risk anything on the channel with a copyright strike, so, probably let it cool out for a little while and then kind of go from there, because that will that's usually what happens, is that they'll release the music and then we'll get about 6 months down the road and they'll kind of ease up on how much they want to fight the copyright stuff. So not that we're trying to steal music, we just want to let other people enjoy the shows that may not have the ability to get down to the parks. So yeah, so there's that. Let's move on in the news. It is halfway to the holidays, and Disney does a good job with their holiday releases. We are a big fan of the Very Merry Christmas Party. They did announce yesterday the details for the Very Merry Christmas Party, and it looks like we are going to be starting November 8th and going through December 20th. So it's about right. Gives them about that week to flip the park, which they basically do Magic Kingdom overnight after the last Not So Scary. But select nights, November 8th through December 20th, 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. Guests of select Disney Resort hotels, Disney World Swan and Dolphin hotels, and Shades of Green can purchase tickets starting on July 2nd. All other guests, tickets will go on sale July 10th. New merchandise, all that kind of stuff. Lots of the same shows, probably. They've kept relatively the same lineup since COVID. A lot of people are wondering if the Dream Lights are ever going to come back. I don't know that they will, but kind of is what it is. So Very Merry, November 8th through December 20th. And then I had lands as well, and now I can't find it. Where'd it go? Land. Oogie Boo Bash. Jollywood Nights. Jollywood Nights is going to be November 9th through December 21st. So, same time frame. Couple of new things over in California. They're going to have a skating spectacular set to Hollywood tunes on Hollywood Boulevard, holiday tunes on Hollywood Boulevard, and new characters including Bo Peep, Lotso, Baloo, and King Louie from Tailspin. So that's cool. Tailspin King Louie is a fun character. Hawaiian shirt, straw hat. That'll be a good one. But yeah, very limited dates for Jollywood Nights. So November 9th, 13th, 16th, 18th, 23rd, 25th, 30th, and then December 2nd, 7th, 11th, 14th, 18th, and 21st. 7:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. and then you can arrive as early as 6 p.m., which that's kind of funny because, oh, Jollywood Nights, that's Hollywood Studios after, what the hell am I talking about? Yeah, Jollywood Nights is Hollywood Studios after hours event. Where was Land? Stop it. Dead air. It's the best thing in the world, right? I'll find it. I probably clicked on the wrong one. Let's slower roll a little bit. Let's go back to Halloween and Oogie Boogie Bash, a Disney Halloween party presale for Inspire key holders will start no earlier than 9 a.m. Pacific time on June 26th. Tomorrow, if you're a Inspire Magic key holder. General admission tickets go on sale Thursday, June 27th. So, no earlier than 9 a.m. Pacific. So, for you Inspire key holders here on the East Coast, that will be noon for you. Noon. Disney World announces 30% savings on 2024 holiday resort stays plus free park hopper option. This just kind of goes back to what we've been talking about with, yes, the parks are always busy, but attendance is really down this year. Attendance is down quite a bit. And to show that, this is going to run most nights from November 24th through December 25th. And most Sunday through Thursday nights between October 6th and November 21st. So this basically is an extension of the Stay Longer discount that they've been running. For guests upgrading to a Disney World Travel Company package that includes a non-discounted 4-day or longer base ticket, Disney is adding free park hopper option to their tickets. This means you can explore multiple parks in a single day at no additional cost. Yeah, this is... Is it an up to, say up to 30%, so it's probably a 15, 25, 30, or a 10, 25, 30, or 10, 20, 30. I doubt it's 10, 20, 30. They never do it that easy. So based on your accommodations, so value will get the lowest discount, probably a 10 to 15% discount. Moderates 20 or 25%. Deluxes 30%. And then villas and that kind of stuff. They say limited rooms and that kind of stuff, but I think if you are wanting to go this Christmas, like as long as you don't hit that Christmas to New Year's, I think you're good. I think you're gonna fall right into this deal, and it's gonna be really nice. And prices are down a little bit right now, so I think it's a great time to book and go if you haven't done, a Very Merry or anything like that. What this also hits is, no, granted, it won't do like the days of Wine and Dine Marathon, but for anybody that's coming in early for Wine and Dine or staying late after Wine and Dine, you're going to get a discount on that. So it's going to hit a lot of different things. That post-Thanksgiving travel, come on, where are you? There you are. The pre-Christmas travel, Wine and Dine travel, people are coming in for Very Merry parties, that kind of stuff. Definitely a lot going on there. Haunted Mansion Holiday is a big deal out in Disneyland. Well, we're talking about the holiday stuff and all that kind of stuff. Um, Haunted Mansion out there has been closed for most of the year. Closed at the end of January. They're hoping to get it back up prior to the holiday season. And it sounds like they're going to get close. When it reopens, it is going to reopen with a virtual queue. So no lightning lane on this, just a straight virtual queue when it reopens. So be ready for that. Another thing on these lightning lane upgrades that we noticed, that your character meet and greets were not a part of that. So, and that's something that Paris does, is they do not have their character meet and greets as part of their premier pass. So yeah, I think they're seeing that they're just going to let those lines go as they go and really focus on management of the actual attractions. Okay, whatever. Fantasmic Dining Package changes and price increases coming August 29th. Fantasmic show at Hollywood Studios. And here for... don't say the not too distant past, because it's been around for probably at least the last 10 years. There's been a dining package that you could do where you got VIP dining or you got VIP seating off of like a prefix menu. So you kind of had a few choices on it, but it was kind of a separate menu from the regular restaurant menu. Basically what they're doing is they're taking away the appetizers now and the alcohol option on it. It's going to be an entree and a dessert, and then a voucher guaranteed for seating in the VIP section, which is basically high center. So there's two kind of stands right in the middle, and the VIP section is basically the upper half of those two stands. Pricing at 50's Primetime Cafe is going to go up $6 for adults to $60 an adult and $23 a kid. Same thing, Hollywood and Vine breakfast from $59 to $65. Hollywood and Vine dinner and lunch $75 to $81. Mama Melrose $56 to $62. Sci-Fi $51 to $57. Brown Derby $77 to $83. You can use your dining plan for the Fantasmic Dining Package, which is kind of cool. It used to be frowned upon. You could do it, but it was very frowned upon. But now it says you can use it. One table service meal will be redeemed at 50's Primetime, Hollywood and Vine, Mama Melrose, Sci-Fi Dine-In, and two table service meals will be redeemed for each person dining at the Brown Derby. So yeah, $6 increase, and they're going to take some stuff away from you. Yay, Disney! You're doing a great job. And all of a sudden, my mouse decided it didn't want to work anymore, which is good. Stop. Alright. Well, I think that's all the news I've got. At least that's all the news that my mouse is going to let me get to today. Yeah. See if this helps. Ta-da. Okay, perfect. Boogie Boogie Bash. Virtual queue. Oh, I haven't talked about this. Okay, so we talked a little bit about 4th of July at Walt Disney World last week and kind of what their schedule was going to be. You know, fireworks at Epcot on the 3rd and the 4th, fireworks at Magic Kingdom on the 3rd and the 4th, additional fireworks, and then expanded park hours. Well, Disney has now removed one of the shows at Epcot. So the press release only mentions July 4th now and still says performances, but only lists one showtime at 9 p.m. on July 4th. Magic Kingdom, the opening times are now adjusted. It's only going to be open from 8 a.m. to midnight on July 3rd, it was going to be open 8 a.m. to midnight on July 3rd, 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. on July 4th. Now it's going to be open from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. on July 3rd, so shortened by 2 hours. And then 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., which shortened by 2 hours again on July 4th. But if you are in a deluxe resort on July 3rd, you get to stay in the park from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. So... And then Disney will still present Disney Celebrates America, a 4th of July concert in the sky on July 3rd and July 4th at Magic Kingdom. I don't know. Disney kind of boggles me sometimes, and this is one of those things where I'm just kind of boggled. Just kind of is what it is. I mean, nothing you can do about it. Just they say one thing and then they change their mind. Like, yeah, we're gonna go with that. So, any of you guys watching The Acolyte? Any of you guys getting wrapped up in the drama that's coming from The Acolyte? Been kind of interesting. My family's enjoyed the show so far on Disney Plus. Interested to see kind of the next direction it's going to go with what happened in the last episode. But, yeah. It's not their best work. It's no Mandalorian, that's for sure. But, and we saw Inside Out 2 over the weekend. Enjoyed it. Yeah, we enjoyed it, Inside Out 2. It definitely hits on more adult emotions. I mean, the first movie was really good. This movie is, I think it's more to the point because you don't have a lot of introductions. You know, the first movie, they kind of had to explain what was going on. The second movie, you knew what was going on going into it. Now they were just kind of adding some new emotions. Good parts. Very interesting depiction of something that a lot of people go through on a pretty regular basis. So, if you've seen it, if you like it, let us know in the comments. Hit me up in the chat. Definitely let me know your thoughts on Inside Out 2. Like I said, we enjoyed it. I was looking forward to it, and we saw quite a bit of it. We saw a 12-minute cut when we were at Disney earlier in the month, so we saw a relatively good chunk of it. So we kind of knew kind of what the pacing was going to be like and that kind of stuff from that piece that we saw. But it was, like I said, it was a good sequel. We'll put it that way. It was a good sequel. Let's see. I just comb through Twitter real quick and see what's going on. Mickey Central. That's awesome. Shannon in the chat, movie was very relatable. I think no matter what your age, yeah, I think so too. That's kind of where I was with the movie. Is I could relate to a lot more in this movie. You know, the first movie was definitely like Riley from a baby to, 12 basically. This movie was a weekend. It was Riley for 3 days. So, yeah, I think it was a little bit more relatable. It's gonna be relatable to a lot more people, I think. So, and I think that's what they did. With Finding Nemo and Finding Dory as well. I think they made Finding Dory a little bit more relatable now that since they got all the character introductions and all that quirkiness out of the way in the first movie, they were able to kind of hone in on one thing on the second movie and really kind of hit that pretty hard. So yeah. But that's about all I got this week. Like I said, no Peter with Princesses and the Mouse this week. Hopefully we can get him on next week and we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, if you're seeing anything Disney-wise that you want help with, definitely let us know. Even if you're not booking a trip with us, if you just have a question about something at the park or an experience or something like that, definitely hit us up on one of our social media accounts. And I'm about to tell you all of them if you haven't already seen them below me anyway. So you guys all have a wonderful week. Definitely stay safe out there if you're in the Midwest. We've got some weather over the next couple of days. And we'll talk to you next Tuesday. Bye now. No guests this week, just me. Perfectly fine with it. You can definitely check us out every Tuesday night here. If you've missed a show or want to get caught up, definitely check it out either on YouTube. If you are looking for us on social media, you can find us in a lot of different places over on Facebook at DPI Podcast for the show, at PATM Disney Travel for the travel side. If you're going over to Twitter or X, you can definitely find us at Disney Insights over there. And then we've got the YouTube channel, Instagram, we're on Twitch, all kinds of things. Thank you guys all for watching, listening, liking, sharing, subscribing, everything that you guys do to support the channel. We very much appreciate it. And we'll talk to you next Tuesday. Bye now.